lovely hair in a gypsy curl. Gives me a sideways smile. She's enigmatic with a sensual style. I'm out of place and the time has slipped away. It's too late, I can't have it any other way. I was standing out in the Nashville rain. I wanted one more chance to strut my stuff again. Everybody was just passing by, concentrating on a younger guy. I'm out of place and I lost the will to play. It's too late, I can't have it any other way. Time is a wayward child, it buries you or sets afire, weaving dreams that fade from sight. Day becomes an endless night. Crossroads and the devil wants his pay. Your daddy's footsteps long since faded away. No aspiration for a rising sun. Another chance for you to get things done. You could keep on working till the break of day. It's too late, I can't have it any other way. It's too late, I can't have it any other way. It's too late, I can't have it any other way.
Tim Staffel kicking us off. This is On Air Acoustic. My name is Christopher Lane. You're probably wondering, hang on, why is he on at 8 o'clock? Well, we've had big changes here at Riverside Radio, haven't we? Jason and the team are now kicking us off in the mornings, Monday to Friday, sponsored by Battersea Power Station, and the weather is sponsored by Lift 109. Does the other radio stations do it? I think not. But yeah, so brand new schedule. Here we are then. Oh, I'm so excited to be back because the last time I spoke to you was just before Christmas, and that seems like a lifetime ago. We're now in March, and it's quite crazy because in 8 days' time, it was when the first performance I ever did for On Air Acoustic. The first ever one. It was from Cormac Todd, and it was called Lifeboat. Again, it seems like a lifetime ago, but I think it's a good way. Let's just revisit that one.
Hi, this is Cormac Todd, and you're listening to On Air Acoustic with Christopher Lane on Riverside Radio.
I'll be there for you when you need me to. When you're drifting from the searchlights, you start to sink below. Whispers save our souls. I'll throw you a rope. You won't be alone tonight. Waiting by the dock in the twilight. Take my hand and hold it tight. You know that by the shore in the moonlight, you know it's okay to cry. I'll be your lifeboat when the tide is coming in. I'll be your lifeboat when the tide is coming in. I'll be your lifeboat when the tide is coming in. I'll be your lifeboat when the tide is coming in. So when you're caught up in a riptide, when the thoughts are getting cold, I'll sail across this lonely globe just to keep your hope afloat. Oh, and when you're haunted by the dark skies and the stars have lost their glow, the path looks so unknown, I'll guide you home. You won't be alone tonight, waiting by the dock in the twilight. Take my hand and hold you tight. You know that you won't be alone tonight. Meet you on the shore in the moonlight. You know it's okay to cry. Oh, I'll be your lifeboat when the tide is coming in. I'll be your lifeboat when the tide is coming in. I'll be your lifeboat when the tide is coming in. I'll be your lifeboat when the tide is coming in. Darling, you won't be alone tonight, no. Take a breath, take a rest, and when the sky relights, we'll face the demons down together, and you won't be alone. I'll be your lifeboat when the tide is coming in. I'll be your lifeboat when the tide is coming in. I'll be your lifeboat when the tide is coming in. I'll be your lifeboat when the tide is coming in.
Cormac Todd there with Lifeboat. That was the first ever performance for On Air Acoustic. That was the first song ever released for On Air Acoustic. Now, we are back at a brand new time, so it's from 8 till 9 now. On Air Acoustic is going to be going out. And it's completely thrown me a little bit because I'm like, well, I gave you what you wanted, because people were saying, well, half an hour's too short for On Air Acoustic. It was like everyone's kind of favourite part. Also, I just want to shout out to everyone who's been getting on at Instagrams and messages for me of support, and even today people going, they were so excited that it's back. It gives me the biggest confidence boost, so thank you so much. So yeah, now we've got an hour. It's going to be I'm experimenting with it, and I needed two people in this room who have been here before because I couldn't just have a newbie come in, because if they were looked at me they were like, oh my god, what have we got ourselves into? Now I'm not going to tell you who it is, but their song is up next.
So this is Lazy Bones, and it's a little bit different. It's very different. It's an acoustic version, and usually it would have some harsh vocal effects, so I'm adapting.
And some banging drums.
Some very loud, lots of noise. So this is the anti-noise version of Lazy Bones.
But I won't turn it off, 'cause it makes me feel right. Even if I lose my mind, I like it like that. 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 Lay down in the middle of the floor at 2 p.m. on a Friday. Walk down the middle of the road at night, wrong way down a one-way. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it like that. I like it. I like it like that. I like
So that gave it away a little bit, doesn't it? So for their hat-trick show, it is Lucy Wroe and Tom Berry.
Hello.
Oh yes. Lucy Wroe, Lucy Wroe, Lucy Wroe,
and Tom Berry
for their hat-trick show. Hat-trick show. Oh, I'm so excited. I needed you guys here for the hat-trick show. I just needed it. So, welcome back to.
Glad to be here.
Glad to be here. It's exciting.
Yeah.
We're already
Pumped?
Yeah, exactly. We're fueled.
It's weird not being here and not stressing about going back to work though. It's like this is it now.
No, this is nice. It's nice. We've got a full hour, and it's the evening. We can just hang out.
It does. I have to say, it does kind of like make it easier for artists, because obviously I'm not going to get the people that were just at the Brits. You know what I mean? Like the people that are coming on the show. The people that are coming on the show right now are people. I mean, I remember I'm not going to name him just in case, but he was on the show and he was on a fake call to his friend while on here. So if the bosses saw him,
right.
Oh, I see.
It looked like he was on a phone call, but actually he was singing live on the radio.
We get permission to be here from our boss.
We do.
Yeah,
collective bosses.
But you work in a studio, so it's easier for you.
Yeah, we do.
So is it
easier? I don't know. We just say, "Can we go?" And he says, "Yeah."
Is it easier?
I'm in charge of booking everything, so I can just make sure nothing's booked in.
It must be easier though, having like people understand you for music, because if they don't, it's kind of like, well, what are you doing? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, if you're in like, I would say like an office job or like, you know, construction, people don't really understand the whole, you know, come on, like, what are you doing? What are you doing on the arts? It must be easier having someone to go, oh, there you go.
True.
They get it.
Yeah, exactly, they get it. And if you talk to them about it, they tend to be quite supportive. And also they're interested. They're naturally like, oh, where are you going? Oh, you're doing that? Oh.
And we use the studio a lot as well.
Yeah, and we can make our own stuff there.
Yeah.
Yes, that actually gets me on to something very interesting, because I when was the last time I saw you? I should have really looked at this. It's not very good research for me.
No, I did check. The first time was in May. And the second was in July. Because that's why I did Lazy Bones last time we were here, because I just released it in July the 21st. I think a week after that or something.
Was it that long ago?
Yeah, it was, summertime.
Oh my word. The one I was going to say about the studio thing is Lavender Water. And she's like
a dream.
She's like a dream.
Yeah.
Oh my word. Like, I listen to that so much. Like, do you know how you can follow things on like YouTube? They'll just pop through to my little playlist now.
Oh, thank God someone's watching this.
I'm just doing it for you.
all that effort and all that effort, all that money.
Like
watching it, thank God.
Like for like and all that kind of view for view, subscribe for subscribe nowadays.
Thank you.
But it was incredible, because I know I've spoken to you about it, Luce, but oh my word, like, because it was your writing, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Tom?
it's my well, they're quote unquote my songs. They're released as my name, but it's the same as we wrote most things, pretty much. That's not the studio we work in, by the way. That's a different studio. Yeah, but the studio we work in is very small. Yeah. I don't think we've ever filmed anything.
Yeah, these live sessions, they were so cool, and I'm really glad we did that. And they're stuff
so
like
stressful.
But they're the
I took a lot of I don't know, responsibility for it to be good, and I felt the musicians we all got in, Luann, Cormac, Philip, and Lucy, are all very, very good musicians, and I'm fine. I can get by. But I was definitely the weakest link in this chain, and I felt very, very bad. And I had a lot of moments where I was like, what are we doing? What am I doing this for? It's such a... Yeah. I felt very weird. My ego felt very weird about it, because I was like, this is all for me? Why? Who cares about me? But we did it anyway.
You're just having a good time.
I was having a good time by the end. But there was a point in the middle when we were rehearsing everything, and I was very like, maybe we don't do it.
Dark times along the way. But it came out, the result was good.
See, that's the funny thing, that everyone always thinks that that music is so easy. Like, because I don't know about you guys, but it's so frustrating.
It has
people say to me, they're like, oh, you know, music's just so easy to do. Like, you just get up and sing a song. Can you just put the record straight that it's not that easy? And there are dark times, there are tears, there is blood, sweat and tears. Like,
I don't want to make it too dark, because it is also like, it's a very passionate thing, and there's always the light side of it as well. But it takes a lot of work to get to a certain level, and just for yourself as well. That's not even to try and get other people to notice you, but it also, you're kind of living up to your own standards all the time, and different for everyone. But for me, the bit that always gets me down is everybody else around me, because they give you motivation, but then you can't help but set yourself
comparing yourself.
Yeah, you can't help but compare yourself. News. It can be good for you, because it can really push you to get somewhere else. But I think It is, yeah. It's like a constant grind. Like recently, I've been working on something very new.
Not with me.
That's also a whole other thing.
Well, talking of that, hang on a minute, because
It's fine. I'm genuinely.
I know that you've just brought out a song,
Me?
Mr. Berry.
Oh God.
Hang on a minute. Hey, I don't think Lucy's
Oh
put
yeah,
on
yeah.
that one.
Okay, yeah. That's a good point.
In the Sky?
Yeah, In the Sky. It's featuring Hades. Who's very. I mean, I know him through Lucy. They went
It's a
to
wicked
uni
song.
together.
That is a wicked song.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it feels weird because I wrote it. When did I mean, we were still together when I wrote it.
I remember that bombshell.
So I probably started writing it in like end of 2020 maybe, and then Hades didn't write on it until the middle of 2023, and then it was going to come out in the summer of 2023. Hades had some management stuff, and then he went on The Voice Portugal.
Oh.
And he wasn't like legally. I mean, he could release stuff, but it would like all rights would revert back to whoever was broadcasting The Voice. And I was like,
Oh,
no, I
okay.
don't. So it took a while to come out, but it is out, and it yeah, I like it. It's good. The reason it's weird is because I kind of don't recognise. There's stuff we're working on at the moment. There's like loads of other things that we're doing, and I'm a lot more energized about those because it kind of feels a bit more like this is who I am now. Whereas this song was like this is who I was a year and a half ago.
I think that's the same point. It goes. That's why it gets a bit dark sometimes, just because you naturally move on really quickly, but it takes so long to do an actual from start to finish.
The admin of music.
To release everything, get it out there, and push it the way you want to push it, and work with other people. It takes so long to go through that process that sometimes along the way you lose the passion for that project.
That's the hardest thing. Isn't it?
And you have to keep pushing it because you're
Philip
already
says that, doesn't
halfway through. Yeah, you're already halfway through the road, like halfway down the road. So you have to keep going until it's complete in a way, or that it's out there. But
Is it ever complete?
Exactly. That's yes. You get halfway down the road and you think, oh, this is never ending. What is going on? And you're already writing something new, and then you're suddenly really passionate about a new thing. And you say, no, concentrate. So
Yeah, because one thing about you guys, because obviously now this is your hat-trick performance.
oh, yeah.
The maddest thing ever, like when the first time you came to the second time you came, it was completely different music. So you guys are clearly not afraid to take on this new challenge.
Kind of in the background when we first came on that. That EP was written and like mostly done when we first came on, wasn't it? The Waves EP.
Waves, yeah.
Yeah, just that we weren't
true.
really pushing it at the time because
Yeah.
it wasn't. There's some other stuff going on, you know. I'm on that day. I moved into my new flat, which
I remember this.
Everyone knows. Everyone who I've spoken to
remember
about
this.
it is a horrible place to live. Objectively, a horrible place to live. There's a mouse, and he won't. Anyway.
Yeah, because there was a Wi-Fi problem.
I didn't have Wi-Fi for like 6 weeks.
And didn't you have Wi-Fi problems, Lucy?
Yeah, I had. Well, to be fair, mine was only very small scale. Mine was a week without it, and I can do that quite happily. So
Lucy is currently going a week without it. I mean, you just naturally don't use the internet, which I find quite
sometimes I
strange.
forget about these things.
I think that's better.
I
It is-
I
it
think
is
you
better.
might have just found the key to happiness. No internet.
Very content. And it's tremendously frustrating.
I'm very content. well, Tom got a what's it called? A fortune cookie today.
Oh, yeah.
And his
Oh,
fortune,
we went for dinner.
His fortune was something
Just
like,
randomly buying one in Tesco's.
Your fortune was very relevant to this whole discussion.
Wait.
Something about happiness and laughter.
Oh, okay, let's
Here
go
you
for it.
here you go.
A day without laughter is a day wasted, which
See?
feels a bit. I mean, I don't know.
Do you know what?
Compared to Lucy's,
Wait,
I think mine's a bit of a cop out.
mine says.
I don't think it's a fortune.
Are you ready? Everything will now come your way.
What?
Oh.
Do you know why that is?
Mine's like.
Because I
go
forget
on,
about the internet.
smile a bit more.
Yeah.
Lucy's is don't even bother. You're doing great.
Yeah. We're the universe. We're listening to you. We'll give you what you want. Where Tom's like, just laugh, mate.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, but I did think to myself, I picked it out and I was like, oh, we're going on Riverside Radio. This is the night. Riverside Radio is going to do something magical.
Who's listening? Who's listening out there?
Yeah, if
Someone's
you're out there.
listening. Whoever you are, hello. I'm Christopher Lane. This is Lucy Wroe. Tom Berry. We're ready. Put us in, coach. Like,
Everything will now come our way.
that's mad.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Right, we're going to get back to the chat, but first, we're going to have another previous on-air acoustic version. This was when Hayley Chart came in, and oh my word, talk about energy, talk about lighting up a room, and then singing a song like this. It was absolutely crazy. Of course, if you want to listen to the previous on-air acoustics, go to my YouTube channel at Presenting Lane, type in on-air acoustic, and you'll find them all.
I'm waiting up for said that you would never go. You said you'll be my one and only, but left me here all alone. Where are you now? Where are you now? Where are you now? Where are you now? You cheated on me. Oh no, no. You cheated on me. Oh no, no, no. You cheated on me. Every day I call you up on the phone. You always say you're with your friends. I never ever really see you now. Something tells me this is the end. Where are you now? Where are you now? Where are you now? Where are you now? You cheated on me.
Love in Southwest London. Riverside.
Oh, yes. Oh, I'm loving those new jingles. Oi, oi. First time back in a while, and I'm loving those new jingles. Right, Where Are You Now from Hayley Chart. Oh, did you hear that little solo guitar bit in there? Oh, my word. Like, now I'm learning guitar. I don't know why. There's some times where I'm like, why am I doing this to myself?
I do that as well. I have the exact same thought.
But my guitar teacher's really lovely to me. He's like, you're getting this. He said I'm a natural. I love that word. I got called a natural when I played golf. It's like 2 times now I've tried new things and I've been called a natural.
You try more things.
But yeah, I know. I know. What should I try next?
You've played the lottery.
Yeah. Maybe I get a fortune cookie. But yeah, no, playing guitar. I mean, that little guitar solo in there. Oh my god, like I absolutely love it. Now I'm like, my Spotify's like all about like guitar solos, and I'm just like. But now I get a bit annoyed because I can't play it. I can do the A chord and I can do the D chord.
Nice.
I don't mean to show off.
Like, you know what? Yeah, Tom, get out of here.
Yeah. I'm in. I'm in, coach again. No, but it's crazy. Like, I don't know if you've got any tips for like new beginners. Like, run.
Play 3 chords over and over and over again.
Just over and over.
Changes.
Which chords?
A, D, and E. Those are the ones.
G is a good one to change to.
G. I used to find it really. I had small hands. I mean, I still have small hands.
You still
Yeah, that's the bit I'm kind of getting at the moment, where I'm having to
bar chords.
I'm like getting the thumb around.
The biggest thing is getting calluses, which is
well, we were just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, it's so good. Like working in construction, all these years I didn't want to do it, but I'm actually it's put me
worth it.
It's put me a little bit ahead.
Yeah.
So but I'm really enjoying guitar. And hey, talking of guitars, Tom's got his guitar out because it wouldn't be on air acoustic without a guitar now, would it? Right.
Yeah.
Should we have our first song?
Yeah, I think we should. This is one that we were talking about a minute ago, the live session. We did a live session written by Tom, and I did an improv.
Yeah.
I did like an improv thing over the top. And we like to play it these days because it's very short and very sweet, and we thought originally this wasn't easy to play live because it's so short, but
it takes
such
a lot.
nice
It takes a lot of time to tune.
It's such a nice little song.
Yeah.
So it's called Lavender Water.
It's enough to notice the way you overflow. You're holding me, and how you lose your focus whenever I distract your memory. Anyone could see this ocean of
so good. It's so good. Like,
we have
that's
fun,
how you
we?
kick off On Air Acoustic at a new slot of 8 till 9 here on Riverside Radio.
Love that.
Jeez, I mean, it's just amazing. Like, that one on YouTube as well was amazing, but that was just...
There's a lot of versions now.
There's a lot of versions. Yeah.
Because you got the one on Spotify.
There's the one on Spotify.
You got this one.
Like mega produced. There's that one, which is technically the original version. If we're being pedantic, which I think we are.
Which you always are. Sorry, no shit.
And then there's the sort of the band version, which is
insane.
It's got a dead cool sax solo in by Cormac Coyle. Shout out Cormac.
Oh, it's amazing. I love it. People should like if you love a bit of YouTube, go and search that one because it's incredible. Lavender Water, Lucy Wroe, Tom Berry, and the team and the crew
and the gang.
Philip
Kerr. Shout out Philip Kerr.
Shout out to Philip, our boy.
Yeah.
Right, we are going to get into some more music because Lucy Wroe and Tom Berry are not going anywhere. But right now, we will just have some quick adverts.
Brandcube are expert providers of branded merchandise and e-promotions. From power banks and wireless phone chargers to stylish designed pens and smart apparel, Brandcube delivers desirable products for your customers and you. Why not engage your customers with a digital promotion or streamline your procurement with a corporate e-store? Brandcube provides the service you need and deserve. And if you mention Riverside Radio, we'll apply a 15% discount. Visit us online at brandcube.com, but make sure to spell cube with a K. Brandcube.com, the future of promotional merchandise.
Guy the other day told me that Jonah was his name. His hair was black like tourmaline. Told me he wants to walk with me. And I was thinking, God, I wanna be like Jonah. God, I wanna be like Jonah. God, I wanna be with Jonah. But he's a king. Don't look at me. I wear mismatched socks and tuck my t-shirt in my jeans. And I'm messed up. He won't look up. Still, he's the one who haunts me in my darkest dreams. And he don't love me. Run into Jonah back at school. Told me he found somebody new. I hoped he couldn't see through me or cut through the layers of jealousy. When I was thinking, God, I wanna be like Jonah. God, I wanna be like Jonah. God, I wanna be with Jonah. But he's a king. Don't look at me. I wear mismatched socks and tuck my t-shirt in my jeans. And I'm messed up. He won't look up. Still, he's the one who haunts me in my darkest dreams. And he don't love me. No, 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 he don't love me. I tuck my t-shirt in my jeans. And I'm just messed up. And he won't look up. And I'm just messed up. And he won't look up. And I'm just messed up. He haunts me in my darkest dreams. And he don't love me.
Arena Imi there with Jonah. That was On Air Acoustic version, of course, because this is On Air Acoustic at a brand new time of 8 o'clock till 9 o'clock every Tuesday here on Riverside Radio with me, Christopher Lane, and still joining me in the studio right now is Lucy Wroe and Tom Berry.
Oh, yeah.
If you've missed the first part of the show, you've missed a good one. I tell you, you've missed a good one. We've already had one good song. I mean, not a good song. Behave yourself, Chris. It's an amazing song, Lavender Water. Like, amazing song, Lavender Water. There's actually a question I want to ask you guys with the fact that you brought out those two music videos and everything. Do you think that music videos are important today or should artists stick to social media content?
Well, what is social media?
I know.
Technically, video is social media content. If you make a video, you can exploit that as social media content forever. You can chop it into little bits, and you can make little canvases with it. Or
I'm going to quote the great Charlie XCX and say that music isn't important, artistry is important. What do you think of that, Lucy Wroe?
Yeah, I saw that interview with Charlie XCX, and I love it. She's a big influence of mine. But when I saw that, I thought that's the saddest thing she could have ever said.
I think it's
because artistry is important.
Point.
Artistry is important, but and that
artistry meaning the grander image that you cultivate.
Yeah, exactly.
Music is a part of it.
Music is a part of it, but surely
she's
it should
also
be...
got all the music videos. She's got her whole sort of vibe that she's got.
Yeah. So I think music videos are important because they're part of that kind of artistry. If you have good visions for things, for the aesthetic of everything and making videos, then I think it's good to have that kind of stuff. But also, you can use it for anything. Social media content. But I always hate social media. I do. I think everyone secretly does. There are some people who are really
100%.
They can't be real all the time.
I'm fascinated by it. I mean, I get very into the numbers to my own detriment because they're never as good as I want them to be.
Oh, the analytics.
Going back to what we were saying earlier.
Oh yeah, a YouTube channel will kill you, I tell you.
I'm morbidly interested in them.
But also because we released a video in lockdown of a cover of a Doobie Brothers song. I don't know if you've seen that, but it's What a Fool Believes. And
no, but I will tonight.
It was meant to be because we were just having a good time. We were trying to light up.
And I love that song so much.
And Tom loves it, so we learned all the parts.
I learned every single part.
All the parts in. I did all the vocals on top, and we had such a fun time making it. But it was just for fun.
Some people made banana bread in lockdown.
Exactly. We had the cover of a Doobie Brothers song. On YouTube, that has reached. I checked it the other day. 38,500 views for no reason.
We didn't do anything. We just put it up there. Left it up.
Look at that.
And that's the bit that kind of hurts because all the music that I specifically have visions for, and I'm like, hey, I know exactly what I want the music video to be. We fund it ourselves, we create it ourselves, sometimes 100%. And then the thing that gets all the views, and they don't translate to all our own music, is this Doobie Brothers cover
that we did in an afternoon.
That we just hung out and did for fun. So all of it is kind of
everyone listening. Get a grip.
Yeah,
I love that you're
look after the artists that are coming up.
We're not bitter.
Yeah. Well,
watch the people. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, isn't it? Yeah. It is crazy. Like, there's no sort of like right way or wrong way of doing anything. It does seem. But talking of like music and everything and all that kind of stuff, like experimenting with this show on Acoustic, I really want to get down to sort of like the writing process and. Not as much. I don't want to go into like music theory. I don't want it to be like a music class, but I do want to kind of teach people a little bit more about music theory, and that's kind of the way I want on Acoustic to go. So you've got a little machine that you've brought in.
This will be for the last song.
This is going to be for the last song.
Yeah. I just thought I'd get it out now. We can talk about it now. Do you want to talk about it now?
I'm just excited about it.
This is a tiny. It's like a pocket size. I think it's meant to go in like a shirt pocket. It's called a Casio VL tone. Oh, no, VL1, sorry. And it's just a little keyboard. But it's also a calculator for some reason. And it's also a drum machine, and we'll be using the drum machine later. But basically, my dad is an avid buyer of things. Mm-hmm. He buys musical things and then just gives them to me and says, learn how to use this, and I do.
Oh,
which is great.
You've got a man in your corner there.
I don't want to sound spoiler or anything, but it's pretty cool.
No, you've got a man in your corner there. Like,
and he sort of gave me this, and he showed me a song that uses it very, very publicly. Like, it's the main drum beat for that song. And I sort of got obsessed with the song and forgot about it. And then when I went home last year at some point, I picked it up and thought, that might be useful. And then the other day, a couple of months ago, we made it. The other day, a couple of months ago. Time's relative.
It does, it flies.
I just put a mic on it for no real reason and just re-recorded it, and then we made a thing out of it, which we'll play later.
We will.
No, you know this show, so you keep people coming back. See, just as they were thinking about making a cup of tea, they're like, well, we can't now. Or they want to watch the second half of the football. No, you stay here on Riverside Radio. Okay, well, let's talk music. That Lavender Water really, got me going. So let's have Wave 22.
Yeah.
Let's play Wave 22.
Wave
this
22.
Is part of the little EP from July. Last time we came in, it's the second song on that. There are only 3 songs on it, and they're all quite short. So Lazy Bones is the last one, which you heard like right at the beginning of the show. If you were here listening at that point, if not, welcome.
It's in the first half of the football.
So okay, we'll play Wave 22, and it's a very hypnotic little groove. So we'll just relax and have a nice time. Wroe 22.
This is right. Here we go. Lucy Wroe, Tom Berry on Riverside Radio for On Air Acoustic. Here we go.
Devoted to a love without you. Embracing as you drift across my gaze, 'cause you don't know that I'm lost without you. And all of the people that you want isn't a world that I'm part of, so I'll drown in That's a jam. It feels like we're jamming.
Into it a little bit there.
Oh, yeah. Do you know, like, you could have had the worst Tuesday ever, and you've just like brought it all back. Like everyone's just chilled now. Like that's it. The day is behind them.
That's what we aim for.
That's what you want, though, isn't it? What is the main reason for like the kind of songs that you bring out? Like because everyone's kind of like, you know, you've got the rock music that they want people to come to their gigs and just like like that. You know, what's kind of like your like, you know, I guess unique selling point?
It's a good, that's a good one.
Whoa.
It's confusing because it changes a lot, and that's what you mentioned earlier. It's like when we came in the first time, it was so different to the second time. But I think I kind of want people to feel the way I feel. I think that's what most artists want. When I find an album or something that I just kind of, I understand it. Not as in like I understand what the lyrics mean or what they're trying to get across. I just kind of understand, I just get it. Like I listen to it and I'm like, this is made for me. Not that they wrote this thinking, Lucy Wroe across the other side of the world is going to love this album. But like, I imagine that somewhere somebody listens to the music we put out and it kind of not changes their life, but it settles with exactly how they feel. You know, it fits into their life exactly where they needed something to fit. And I think it feels like a very vague answer, but that's exactly how I feel. Because like the stuff we're writing at the moment is very different again, and cold water. Yeah, we're working on something, working on it for a long time, and it's a very, funnily enough, aggressive take on how we feel about the modern music industry.
Yes,
for a lot of reasons.
You and a lot of people.
Yeah, and because there's a lot going on. It's like constant changes and things that aren't really in the artist's favour. So at the moment, I've started writing more stuff that's very personal, but not in an emotional kind of. I mean, some of it. The stuff I'm writing with my drummer is very emotional.
Philip Gerber.
With Philip, yeah, shout out to Philip.
Very sad.
I'm writing. Yeah, I've written a very, very sad piece with Philip, and that is it's a very personal one. So for that, if we're talking about what I want, my USP is, that's something that I kind of just. I know that there are going to be people out there who sob to it. I don't want people to cry, but
have a good cry.
I kind of, yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I have a playlist.
Like the needed one, the needed cry that we all need sometimes.
I have a playlist called "Have a Good Cry, Go On," and it's when
go on.
Yeah,
love that bit.
Yeah, have a good
go on.
Go on, and I've made that because I knew that sometimes you really need to vent a lot of stuff and get it out there. But a lot of the time you think that it's not a good idea. You're trying to push it in all the time, but that's only going to come back to bite you. So I made a playlist that helps me get it out. So I think the way I've described me and my USP and us, the music we make, is exactly that. It's the music that you need for a very specific feeling. You need to just get out. And I think it brings things out of people.
Here's a good one for you then.
Oh, goodness.
Here we go. So I look at it as like there's no Lucy without Tom and there's no Tom without Lucy.
Whoa.
Now, how hard is it to go away from one another? Because your music's so good. Like, this is the reason, like, if I didn't love you guys, like, I would not have you back for the hat trick. Like, I love your music. I love what you're about. So how hard is it to go away from one another? Or do you go away from one another? Do you come back to, say, Tom was like, oh, I've got this song and I'm going to go to this guy or this girl? How does it all work?
Well,
constantly.
You're writing with more people than I am. I only write with Philip, our drummer, and Tom. And Tom, you kind of write at the moment with 3 or 4 people regularly.
Yeah, I suppose so.
But then Tom's more of a producer, so I think it works
easier
well that way. It has been weird. It has been weird.
It's been very odd.
Me going off, me deserting the ship, jumping ship.
Because Lucy will send me not demos, but like versions.
Keep you
of
updated
things.
of what's going on.
And I'll listen to it, and I'll be like, there are so many things I would do different. There's one thing. I mean, it's done now. And there's one thing that I'm like, I don't think you should do that, and it's stayed in. And I kind of can't be like, it's not anything to do with me.
Do you know what I will say? That's been really hard for me, is not taking on your opinion, not taking on Tom's opinion, because
I'm so influential.
It means a lot to me.
Tastemaker.
And I'm so used to being on the same wavelength as you that when I make decisions creatively with Philip, I know that they're right for the project that we're making because it's very different to what we would make. But I can't help but feel that just like gnawing doubt whenever Tom says I would do that differently. I go like, should we have done that differently? But I've had to really rewire.
I didn't know this. This is quite enjoyable.
I shouldn't have said that. He's gonna come here. Every day of the next week he's gonna be like, so you think
I'm gonna message
about
Philip as soon as we're done. So
I will be putting this up on YouTube if you want it. Like, be replayed.
But I have had to rewire my brain for that reason, just so that I can carry on with what I need to do, what I want to do, instead of taking on all of your opinions.
But I guess it's the don't take it personally, take it professionally, the whole professional versus personal thing. I guess that's quite hard because
something
obviously
we had to kind of not work through.
Well, I guess that's when we changed from being in a romantic relationship to not being in a romantic relationship.
Sounds weird, doesn't it?
That part, I guess that had to change because we still have a very personal relationship. But when we do other stuff now, musically and writing with other people, I guess we do have to act more professionally about it because otherwise it will get really complicated, really messy very quickly.
We have to book days to write together.
Yeah, we have to block out time because we don't live in the same place anymore. It was so easy to just be like making a thing and I go, hey, that sounds good, I'm going to join in. But now we have to actually have
the way we used to write is I'd be just sat in the corner making something and Lucy would be sat on the sofa writing something along to it without me knowing a lot of the time. And that's how we wrote the next song we're going to play, actually. Interestingly, there was with this little keyboard. I just started making a loop. And Lucy was sat on the sofa behind me in my flat.
What? Just write? That's like the lyrics came to you. You were kind of like writing them down.
What is strange is the workflow. Not to get too nerdy about it, but the workflow of writing with other people is very different.
Yeah, you do. That's another thing you have to rewrite. You go to work with someone new, and it's like I don't do it like this. What?
We started working together in lockdown, probably. And it took us however many years to get to where we are at the moment and to figure each other out. Because the whole Lucy's first EP, which I produced, we did it all in Logic.
Is that the one with Better?
No.
Way before.
Was it way before?
2020, we don't talk about it.
You don't need to listen to it. It was to learn, it's the sound of us learning about each other.
It was
so it's experimental.
Yeah.
Nice.
And there's a lot of moments in the making of that where I would just sit upstairs and program a load of stuff and I'd give it to Lucy and she'd be like, no. And it really
no.
Which is
it's my catchphrase.
It's a very Lucy thing. Lucy's mum does it as well, actually. I've seen her do
shout out.
Shout out to Sophia. Zosha. So there was a lot of learning through that What did we do after that? I can't even remember. Oh, we took like a year out and we did Same World, didn't we?
But yeah, our workflow has changed gradually over time, and we've got to a point where we just know what's happening. So like Tom will start working on something with this next song, Look Upon Me. He was just playing around with the drum loop, and while he's laying down some synths, he did like a really slow fade in, and behind him, because it's a loop, while he was working on it, I could just write over the loop because it goes round and round. And I was writing the whole time he was creating it, and then I stood up and I was like,
and I knew she was. It wasn't like, oh my god,
but you know not to intervene.
Yes.
You know that if you just pretend that you're not aware of me writing, that I'll write a whole song.
Yeah. No, you never write a whole song. You always write a verse and then a chorus, and then you come to me and I'm like, give me the full thing.
Yeah, but that's because I want to check that it's the direction you were expecting, in case you go like, what is this? If I write a whole,
that has happened.
Yeah. So I'd rather get halfway, check in with the boss, the producer boss, and then if he's like, oh yeah, that's exactly what I meant.
This definitely answers the question I asked you earlier about is music easy? I think I hope they're listening. If they are, now you know. This is how hard it can be.
You go into a flow state and it's kind of, it just happens.
But we've just sort of got.
It takes a lot of time to get there.
Yeah, it's taken years to get to the right flow state, and now that we know each other, we've known each other for 5 years. Now that we've known each other that well, it's easy for us together. But then that's just the creative part, and then once you go into now we're going to make this a release, that's when it gets a bit like marathon. It's a bit of a marathon.
Well, this is exactly why I wanted to create On Air Acoustic. This is exactly why I wanted to bring it as an hour, because I really want to get into how music is, like music theory, the writing stages of it, what happens in the studio. I really want to sort of really get into the bare bones, dissect music really, and this seems like the perfect way to start On Air Acoustic at this new slot with your little machine.
My little doodad.
Little calculator.
Little calculator with the calculator with the keys and a drum. So, are you ready for this song?
I think we should play it. Yeah.
I think we should do it. Right, let's do it.
Okay.
Lucy's gonna have to count me in because
It's called Look Upon Me. We're gonna use this little calculator machine. So if it goes really badly, then blame the calculator.
So stupid.
Well, you just smashed it.
That's fun.
Hey.
What did your fortune cookie say?
Today's going to be a really good day.
My fortune cookie
for
says...
Lucy Wroe specifically.
My fortune cookie says everything will now come your way.
I mean, you've just done that live on the radio. I mean, like, it was, like, perfect. So...
I mean, this is a very... We're still playing with this machine, but it's like... Because it's got the pitched notes in it, sometimes when they're not quite in tune,
it's so
really
cool, that little
distracting.
thing.
But yeah,
it's like a metronome,
it's
but like
it does
so much better.
I'm a big fan.
It's like a show-off metronome.
It's fun.
I think it's a silly little piece of fun.
It is, yeah, it's silly. It's silly. I love this calculator.
We thought about playing. There's a little solo in the middle of the original thing, and we thought about doing it like. But it's a bit too goofy.
Yeah.
That sounds like a lift opening.
Yeah.
So you never know when you're going to need it. Do you know what?
It's just a perfect cadence.
Yeah, speaking of music theory.
Yeah, here we go. Music theory.
So
Lucy
dull.
Wroe.
I find music theory so dull.
Gee, I love it.
I know. Dude,
it, yeah.
see, Tim Stafford, when he came on, who obviously has played with, he was in Smile with Sir Brian May and Roger Taylor, been on the same stage as, like, Jimi Hendrix and Pink Floyd. He said, asked him, if, like, musicians coming up now, what is the one thing that will set them in front of a lot of the rest of the crowd? And he said music theory. The more music theory you learn,
I find it dull because I don't understand it. That's why.
Yeah, and it does take. It's
My great
like
shame.
it is like learning another language. When if you do it early, it just gets in. It's like learning a language. But if you wait too late, then it's so much. You can still do it, but it takes so much
It's
more.
the curse of a guitar player because they don't tend to teach guitar players how to read music. I did a bit of it and I was like, this is boring.
Kind of
I'm kind of learning about octaves.
Yeah, I
the
mean that's all
staff,
music.
the clefs.
You do tab though. Do you learn tab or do you learn?
Not yet.
Okay.
No.
I'll ask him.
Well.
Tab
I'm
is
seeing him tomorrow night. I'll ask him. And if he goes like cross-eyed, I'll be like, oh god.
Tab is. I mean, it's just very amateur. Not amateur because
It's just
that's all I know how to read.
It's the guitar language.
Yeah,
Guitarist
but it's
language.
very limiting.
Right. Well, I know I'm going to be on YouTube on the train home. So I'm thinking about I want to do a little competition, but it's involving you, Tom.
What?
Because you're the guitarist.
Oh.
Now, through the guitar lessons, I have to do the A to D chord changes. Now, apparently, you should be able to do 60 chord changes in a minute.
What?
Now,
One every second.
That's like proper professional.
Yeah.
That's what someone. Now, could we do like 1 minute to see how many chord changes you do? And you're the first one, so you're going to be obviously the only one on the leaderboard. But through the year, I'm going to see how many people can do it.
Wait.
Now,
Does it matter which chord
Doesn't matter
you
what
pick?
chord.
I don't think so. We'll just do 2 chords.
Now, who's going to count?
Can you?
Okay.
You're nearer.
No, that doesn't count.
That
You
doesn't
have to
count?
play full, yeah.
That's a chord.
So I'm doing like 1, 2. I mean, it's awful that I'm doing.
Well, what's a minute? Because it's just 120, isn't it? If we're doing 60 in a minute.
Well, no, just how many in a minute?
That's going to be really. That's going to be a long time for everyone just to be listening to me go.
Maybe
Yeah,
we'll leave it just for the socials then. I told you we're going to be experimenting tonight.
We can do it.
I reckon you could do it, though.
Yeah, probably. I'm very good. So.
The fact that you just did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you just did 6
Well, because
within
if you're
like 2
doing,
seconds.
yeah, because that's just 60 BPM and that's really slow. If you do,
Oh,
I
yeah,
could,
of course,
I could do
yeah.
120 and that's, yeah. Yeah.
Now he's setting his
Oh
own.
God, no. We do it now.
Go
Want
on.
to do it now?
Ready?
Go on. Ready? 3, 2, 1. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 31, 30, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. I don't even know.
I think he's done it already.
I think
it fell out of my hat. I didn't love it.
So basically, how I'm learning guitar at the moment, they're like, if you can do 60 in a minute, like you're doing well. But then Tom's just come in, like, my idea was like, we'll have like a little leaderboard. We'll see who's at the top. We tried. We had a game. We
It's like
tried.
I'm back in year 5 again. That's so weird.
But with all that fun, we have got 30 seconds left
Oh no.
of On Air Acoustic. Any shows?
No.
But new music coming soon.
So just watch
At
out.
least 2 things.
At least 2 new things coming soon. Yeah, find us everywhere.
Yeah, get on
go
socials.
See our YouTube.
Social.
You can search for me, Lucy Wroe, WROE, and Tom Berry. You'll find there's a lot of Tom Berrys out there, but you'll find him through Lucy Rowe.
I'm Tom Berry 6 on Instagram.
Tom Berry 6, but you'll find him through Lucy Rowe.
Well,
music.
there There you go. Well, thank you so much, guys. We'll be back next Tuesday, so thank you so much.